Today we're going to talk a little bit about Rome and why we're very excited to go this summer.
We will be looking at the ancient city, the medieval, Renaissance, Baroque, and contemporary life in Rome today.
My favorite site was the Colosseum because everyone knows it's in Rome. It's a huge icon that everyone knows of, and to be in it, to really stand in front of it and see how tall it was like pretty amazing. And we learned so much more that you wouldn't know. It's a ruin, so you don't really see what was really there, but you do get to see what's still there, and you hear about what used to be on the front of it, all the different materials and stuff like that. So that was definitely my favorite site.
You get a sense of how life was, how innovative these structures were, and how they impacted virtually every building and culture since.
Going to a place like the Vatican, it just puts things into perspective, and I feel like it helped me in a way, and it really enriched the trip for me.
The ceiling of the Jesu is something we call an illusionistic ceiling, where the building from the interior appears to be taller than it is, because using perspective, the artist who created the illusionary fresco on the ceiling extends the architecture into the heavens. And when you enter the space, it's both real and illusionistic at the same time. And that's what contributes to sort of the magical qualities of the work.
The Church of the Jubilee, which was a 20th century church. I thought it was just amazing how different it was from everything we had seen, and it's also different from what's here too for modern architecture. How the light came in the church, I just thought it was beautiful.
What are some of your favorite things about Rome, Christine?
Some of my favorite things about Rome are the Pantheon, the color of the light in the sky.
At about 5 o'clock every day?
Yeah.
The sun, the angle of the sun hits the buildings in Rome, and most of them are already painted like an ochre or kind of a yellow.
Yeah.
And the warmth of the sunlight makes the whole city glow. It's just amazing.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
A big component of our trip is going to be drawing in architectural sites, and the important part about drawing is that it kind of focuses your attention in a way that's different from regular looking. I think for most people when they travel, we always use cameras. We're so used to cameras, and it's very easy and natural, and everyone will, of course, walk through these spaces and take a number of pictures. But to actually sit down and draw changes your perspective. You start taking the space in a way that you normally wouldn't through a camera. And it internalizes the memory of details and internalizes the memory of the space. And I think one of the things that's nice is not only does it help you remember the space better, but then it produces a record of your own individual journey through that space in drawing form.
Drawing is something that it takes practice, and once you get into a groove, you get better and better, and it's really important that they were able to push us to do that, because I wouldn't go to Rome normally and take out my sketchbook. I would take out my camera. So by being on this trip and being forced to draw and to use watercolor and a different medium really improves your skills and makes you better for it. And drawing with everyone, it helped to get their critiques on what we were drawing. If I would have went out of school, it would have just been photos. I wouldn't have taken the time to draw, and drawing helped me have a better memory of the whole entire trip as an experience.
So during our time for this study abroad program, we're going to be doing some really exciting day trips or overnight trips. One of them is going to be to the area around Naples, which is just a little bit southwest of Rome, where you have both Herculaneum and Pompeii. Both of those cities were really affected by a giant earthquake and a volcano in 79 AD, which basically covered the city. And Herculaneum was covered up until about 50 years ago under about 70 feet of ash, volcanic ash. And it's been recently excavated, and there are perfectly intact homes with frescoes dating back to the 1st century BC and then moving forward. And Pompeii, most people are more familiar with Pompeii. We're going to be going there for a day trip as well.
The overall view of Herculaneum, because you could see the unearthed covered city from Vesuvius sitting about 20-30 feet down, and then you could see this modernistic, cramped, modern-day town sitting above it, and then in the background lurks Vesuvius, which is still active, and there's still settlements all up along the sides and ridges of it. So they've learned many times through the past that this will erupt and potentially cover and I guess ruin everything they work for, but they just love it there. So
we'll be doing day trips to the regions around Rome. And one of the regions where we'll find examples of Gothic architecture is Umbria. So, having lattes in Chicago at 7 p.m.
Right. We would never be doing this in Rome.
This would not occur in Rome.
Right. This would probably be a late afternoon gelato snack because dinner would be happening at 10 p.m. In
in Rome, you eat dinner very late. Dinner's usually 9 or 10 o'clock at night. And in the summertime, the sun doesn't go down until 9:30 anyway, so the days feel wonderfully long.
I ate the best pizza I've ever had, and that really topped off the trip. So,
Can you describe it?
I ate it too fast to remember. I just know it was really good.
Gelato.
What flavor?
Chocolate. I had one that had almonds in it, I think, or some type of nut. It was really, really good, and I miss it.
One of the really exciting parts of this trip that we've put together is it's important for us that students experience Roman culture. And one of the ways that happens is students live in apartments independently while they're there. Students are grouped in apartments in the neighborhood of Trastevere. And in these buildings they're not like dormitories and they're not hotels for students. They are actual Roman apartment buildings. And within that context, you experience Roman neighbors above you, below you, coming and going. And this gives the students kind of an interesting experience of being integrated into the daily life of Rome.
Our location was really nice because we had an open air market that was open in the mornings, and so we could walk down there and see how the Romans lived and kind of imitate how that daily lifestyle was.